Hello everyone, welcome to iExamB, and in this video I'll be continuing ahead with the mock test series which we have already started with. और इस particular video में आज मैं discuss करूंगी insolvency and bankruptcy code से related topic, that is PPIRP, that is the pre-packed insolvency resolution process. But before we move ahead with our discussion, do remember to subscribe to our channel and press on the bell icon so that you can stay tuned and stay updated. अगर आपको कोई भी questions या queries हो तो आप हमें contact कर सकते हो through this email ID or through this particular number. You can call us, and apart from this you can also visit our website wherein you will get details with respect to various competitive exams. So do remember to subscribe to our channel. So as already mentioned, आज हम इस वीडियो में insolvency and bankruptcy code से related करेंगे topic, that is PPIRP, that is pre-packed insolvency resolution process. So इस particular process से related आज हम MCQs discuss करेंगे, but before going ahead with that मैं आपको एक थोड़ा सा overview दूंगी कि what this particular process is all about, and we refer this particular process as PPIRP also. ठीक है, pre-packed insolvency resolution process या फिर PPIRP भी हम इसे रेफर करते हैं. So what this particular resolution process is, क्योंकि हमने already एक पहले process देखा था, वो था CIRP, that is corporate insolvency resolution process. So what is now PPIRP? So एक ये new concept है जो कि कोड में introduce हुआ है, and basically you can understand that एक ये alternative और more speedy way of resolving the, you can say, financial distress or insolvency of the corporate debtor, you can say this process is all about it. So if we talk about PPIRP, तो ये एक hybrid plan है, और इसे हम hybrid plan क्यों कहते हैं? क्योंकि जो भी formal और informal insolvency proceedings के aspects होते हैं ये दोनों इसमें involved होते हैं PPIRP में. Formal का मतलब हो गया judicial intervention and informal discussions and all between the creditors and debtors. Okay, so basically ये एक ऐसा hybrid structure है, framework है, जहाँ पे कि जो भी creditors and debtors हैं, okay, they actually come together and they work out a plan. Okay, and when they are working out a plan, that is, you can say, preliminary step before going ahead and filing an application to the authorities. So it is basically an informal aspect of the PPIRP. And when we talk about the formal, that is after they have worked out a plan in an informal way and all, then they go ahead subsequently to that and submit an application to the authority for its approval and all, where the judicial intervention and all comes into play. So basically all those corporates who are classified as MSMEs, they basically can go ahead with this particular process. So it is innovative corporate rescue method, you can say, as it is having benefits of both these formal and informal methods. So this is you can just understand what PPIRP is all about. Now we will be moving ahead with our MCQs. The very first question is, Dash may file an application with the adjudicating authority for initiating the PPIRP process. So CIRP में भी हमने देखा कि there were certain categories who can go ahead and make an application to the authority for initiating the process. In the same way यहाँ पे भी जो PPIRP process है वो application कौन दे सकते हैं for initiating the process? तो यहाँ options है आपका corporate debtor, corporate applicant, persons who have the control and supervision over the financial affairs of the corporate debtor, all A, B, C and none of the above. So the correct option over here is corporate applicant. अब आपके दिमाग में confusion हो सकता है कि all the above क्यों नहीं होगा when there is option of corporate debtor, corporate applicant, persons who have the control and supervision over the financial affairs of the corporate debtor. Two reasons I'll give for this, for simplifying your confusion or doubt. पहला कि जब section 54C जो की बात करता है application for initiating the process, it specifically mentions the term corporate applicant. Second reason is, अब यहाँ all the above है, okay, so why not go with that? Because जो defined है ये term corporate applicant code के अंदर, when you go through the definition you'll find that option A, that is corporate debtor, and option C, that is persons who have the control and supervision over the financial affairs of the corporate debtor. Both these options which are given here, they are included in the very definition of corporate applicant. So अगर एक corporate applicant को हम select कर रहे हैं उसमें ये दोनों included है, so that is basically what the definition of corporate applicant is. So that is the reason corporate applicant जो है most appropriate option होगा यहाँ पे. ठीक है, moving ahead to our next question, that is under the code, once the adjudicating authority receives the application for the initiation of the process, it shall. So once the application is made to the authority, it is received by the authority, that particular application, to go ahead and initiate the process. What will the authority do? So it can admit the application, reject the application, admit or reject reject the application within 14 days of the receipt of application. On rejection of the application, give a notice to the applicant to rectify defect in the application within 7 days from the date of receipt of the notice from the adjudicating authority. So which of these is the correct option? So the most appropriate and correct option over here is C, which talks about the admission or rejection of the application within 14 days of the receipt of the application. So once the application is being made to go ahead and initiate the process of PPIRP to the authority, then the authority will either admit the application if it is complete, or it will be rejecting the application if it is incomplete. One another important thing to be noted over here is कि जब ये application reject करेगी authority तो notice देगी applicant को so that कि वो rectify कर सके defect, but then that has to be done within a period of 7 days from the receipt of such notice. Next is the pre-packed insolvency resolution process shall be completed within a period of 120 days from. So ये मैंने आपको पहले भी CIRP में बताया था कि not only the duration of anything is important, but from when that duration is being made effective or when that will be taken into consideration, that is also important. Same यहाँ PPIRP का जब हम बात कर रहे हैं, हम देख रहे हैं क्योंकि ये जो entire PPIRP का process है वो 120 days में complete तो हो जाना चाहिए, ठीक है, but 120 days from when? So the correct option for this is B, which is 120 days from the pre-packed insolvency commencement date. Section 54D is talking about that, and it mentions the pre-packed insolvency resolution process shall be completed within a period of 120 days from when? From the pre-packed insolvency commencement date. Okay, so this is the correct option of this particular question. Our next question is, during the pre-packed insolvency resolution process period, the management of the affairs of the corporate debtor shall dash. So CIRP में भी हमने देखा था कि when the process of CIRP began, who was given the power to, or who was vested with the power to manage the affairs of the corporate debtor. Same over here, जब ये process begin हो जाएगा तो किसके पास होगा power या किसको vest किया जाएगा power that they can take care of the management of affairs of the corporate debtor. And so the correct option over here is D. It shall continue to vest in the board of directors or partners as the case may be of the corporate debtor. However, हमने CIRP में क्या देखा था, वहां पे जो रेजोल्यूशन प्रोफेशनल्स अपॉइंट हो रहे थे उनको ये पावर दिया गया था या उनको जो है वेस्ट किया गया था दैट पर्टिकुलर पावर टू बेसिकली मैनेज द अफेयर्स ऑफ द कॉर्पोरेट डेटर. However, if we look into the PPIRP over here, the board of directors or partners, they only continue ahead and manage the affairs of the corporate debtor, but for that they have to ensure that they are protecting and preserving the value of the property of the corporate debtor, managing its operations as a going concern, then they are discharging their contractual or statutory rights, obligations, etc. So all these things are taken care by the board of directors or partners while they are managing the affairs of the corporate debtor. Now the next is the corporate applicant shall along with the application furnish to the authority. So हमने CIRP में again मैं बार बार CIRP की बात इसलिए कर रही हूँ so that कि अभी हम CIRP डिस्कस नहीं कर रहे हैं, बट उससे रिलेटेड जो एस्पेक्ट्स हैं और इस MCQs में PPIRP से उसका आपको एक आइडिया आ सके, एक आपका रिविजन भी हो जाएगा अपार्ट फ्रॉम गोइंग अहेड एंड सॉल्विंग दीज MCQs. सो कॉर्पोरेट एप्लीकेंट जो है वहां पे भी जो एप्लीकेंट्स थे जो इनिशिएट कर सकते थे प्रोसेस, जब वो एप्लीकेशन दे रहे हैं अथॉरिटी को सबमिट कर रहे हैं, सो दे आर वेयर रिक्वायर्ड टू फर्निश सर्टेन डॉक्यूमेंट्स. इन द सेम वे ये जो PPIRP का प्रोसेस है यहाँ पे भी व्हेन द कॉर्पोरेट एप्लीकेंट इज मेकिंग एन एप्लीकेशन टू द अथॉरिटी, इट इज रिक्वायर्ड टू फर्निश सर्टेन other details documents with details or documents. So the correct option for this is D, which is all the above. So all these three, A, B and C, that is information relating to the books of accounts of the corporate debtor, approval of financial creditors for initiating the process, and name and written consent of the insolvency professional who will be appointed as resolution professional. So all these details have to be furnished along with the application. This particular provision is detailed under section 54C, which talks about application to initiate the pre-packed insolvency resolution process. So all these have to be submitted along with the application to the authority. Next is the PPIRP process shall commence from. Again ये हमने CIRP में भी किया था. Not only the time period of 180 days or 120 days is important, but when it begins from or the entire process when it will be considered that it has commenced, all these things are important aspects. So the pre-packed insolvency resolution process shall commence from the date of the application, from the date of the admission of the application, from the date of rejection of the application, from the date of submission of the application, from the date the authority specifies as such. So which of these dates is the date when the entire process will be considered to have been commenced? So the correct option with respect to this question is B, that is the date of admission of the application. ये आपका सेम है, CIRP हो या PPIRP हो, जो आपका प्रोसेस का कमेंसमेंट डेट है वो होगा डेट जब एप्लीकेशन को एडमिट करती है अथॉरिटी, क्योंकि जब एडमिट कर लेगी तभी तो बाकी का प्रोसेस स्टार्ट होगा। जब एप्लीकेशन उसने दिया तब तो प्रोसेस बिगिन नहीं हो रहा, जब रिजेक्ट होगा ऑब्वियसली तब भी नहीं होगा। सो द करेक्ट ऑप्शन ओवर हियर इज डेट ऑफ एडमिशन ऑफ द एप्लीकेशन बाय द एडजुडिकेटिंग अथॉरिटी गिवन अंडर सेक्शन 54C. Next is as per section 54D of the code, resolution professional shall submit the resolution plan as approved by the committee of creditors to the adjudicating authority within what time period. Okay, so again आप देखो टाइम बाउंड है, ये कोड जो है सब कुछ जो है एक टाइमली मैनर में करने की बात करता है। So now in the PPIRP process, the resolution professional is required to submit the resolution plan जो कि committee of creditors approve करेगी, अथॉरिटी को जो उसे सबमिट करना है वो कितने दिनों में करना है, that is also very important. So the correct option with respect to this is A, that is within a period of 90 days from the pre-packed insolvency commencement date. Our next question is according to the code provisions where no resolution plan is approved by the committee of creditors within the specified time period, the resolution professional shall on the day after the expiry of such time period file an application with the adjudicating authority for what? अब जो resolution plan committee of creditors को submit किया गया है, it may be the case that जो committee of creditors है that is not approved that particular resolution plan. So in that particular case, the resolution professional will be actually required that on the day after the expiry of such particular time period, he will be filing an application with the adjudicating authority. But that application has to be related to what or what that application is for. So the correct option is termination of the pre-packed insolvency resolution process. 54D में आप देख सकते हो which is talking about time limit for the completion of the process where no resolution plan is approved by the committee of creditors within the time period, the resolution professional shall on the day after the expiry of such time period file an application with the authority for the termination of the pre-packed insolvency resolution process. The next question is as provided under the code, the order of moratorium shall have the effect from the date of such order till when. So again ये moratorium क्या हम डिस्कस नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि ऑलरेडी हमने CIRP के समय डिस्कस किया था, बट वहां पे भी था कि जो ऑर्डर ऑफ मोरेटोरियम है उसका इफेक्ट फ्रॉम द डेट ऑफ सच ऑर्डर टिल व्हेन इट विल बी इफेक्टिव. सो द करेक्ट ऑप्शन ओवर हियर इज बी. सेक्शन 54 is talking about declaration of moratorium and public announcement during the process. The order of moratorium shall have effect from the date of such order till the date on which the PPIRP process comes to an end. So आप देख सकते हो कि यहाँ पे भी moratorium effective में है, बट कब से कब तक है that is an important aspect which is same in both the process, that is common. Our last question for today's discussion is as per section 54I of the code, first meeting of the committee of creditors shall be held within. So 7 days of constitution of the committee of creditors, 7 days of initiation of PPIP, 7 days of admission of the application by authority, 7 days of the submission of the application by the applicant, or none of them. So the correct option with respect to this is A, which is 7 days of the constitution of the committee of creditors. Again ये हमारा PPIRP और CIRP का common है, that 7 days time period. So section 54I talks about committee of creditors, which mentions first meeting of the committee of creditors shall be held within 7 days of the constitution of the committee of creditors. So with this we come to an end of the discussion with respect to the MCQs related to PPIRP process. In case if you want that we should come up with certain MCQs with some specific topic, some specific subject, you can write that in the comment box of this particular video and we'll come up with those MCQs also. Stay tuned and stay updated and prepare for your exams 50% faster with us at iExamBee.